You've probably heard someone express their love for hopping in the car and going on a spontaneous adventure. In a general sense, they view the road as an attraction. However, some streets are so interesting or unusual that they have evolved into attractions in and of themselves, becoming more than just a route from point A to point B. Some of these strange roads run through mountains, and one of them passes right through the center of a structure. Then there's an intersection in Asia that resembles a roller coaster, and a bridge on a European highway that looks like it was drawn by Dr. Seuss. The roads in the movie appear too odd or unbelievable to be real, yet these are real roads that you can drive on. The Guoliang Tunnel in the Taihang Mountains is only a little over a mile long, yet despite its small size, it has grown to be one of China's most famous highways. However, some of the tunnel's parts pass through openings in the slope. Viewers may see traffic from a distance and watch vehicles continually enter the tunnel and exit as they pass through each of the intervals, which locals refer to as windows. The tunnel's past is almost as fascinating as its windows. It was built in the 1970s to provide residents of the isolated Guoliang village, located in a valley in the interior, with access to the outside world without requiring them to trek a risky trail carved into the slope. 13 people worked on the tunnel for the majority of its 5-year construction, excavating the path using drills, hammers, and chisels. The resulting bus-sized tunnel has grown to be a popular tourist destination and offers the village's long-desired connectivity to the outside world. The steepest residential street in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, is Baldwin Street in Dunedin, New Zealand's South Island metropolis. The slope is 19 degrees when it is at its sharpest towards the summit. Baldwin Street's whole length has an average rise-run ratio of 1 minute and 3.41 seconds. Although other streets have claimed comparable steepest in the world claims, Baldwin is now the steepest according to Guinness. With images of people climbing the hill going viral on social media, the street has become into a popular tourist destination. Locals like celebrating the distinctive road as well. The annual Chocolate Festival features a contest where participants roll giant Jaffas, a type of hard candy with chocolate at its center, down a hill, while the Baldwin Street Gutbuster is a foot race up and down the hill. Atlanterhavsveien, or the Atlantic Road, in Norway, appears to amass accolades. The world's most beautiful drive and the Norwegian construction of the century have been used to describe it, and Lonely Planet has listed it as one of the best places to mend a broken heart. The Road to Nowhere is among the most exhilarating attractions for travelers on this brief trek along the Scandinavian coastline. Of the 8 bridges on the Atlanterhavsveien, the Storseisundet Bridge is the longest. Its form is rather peculiar, with a sharp upward slope at the top. When viewed from a specific angle, it nearly has a Seussian appearance. When on the road, drivers are unable to perceive the irregular bend. In fact, they have no visibility of the road on the opposite side of the curve. The bridge seems to vanish, and it appears like any automobile attempting to cross it will just plunge into the river. Clearly, this is an optical trick. Large ships can fit beneath the bridge thanks to its peculiar design. The entrance to the British Overseas Territory of Gibraltar is located on Winston Churchill Avenue. At Gibraltar International Airport, the road and the main runway cross. Traffic is stopped and security barriers are set up to prevent cars from crossing when commercial and military aircraft land. Churchill Avenue is the sole route between Spain and Gibraltar at the moment, therefore there is no way to escape the runway, despite proposals for a tunnel beneath it. Every time a jet lands, the traffic is stopped for a while. A new under-airport tunnel is expected to be finished in late 2018, despite many delays. Fortunately, the airport only has a few hundred movement every month, with a surge during the summer vacation period. Actually, there is no way to avoid this peculiar juncture. The only area in Gibraltar that is flat enough for a runway, and the only spot where a cross-border highway may really be built, is the isthmus that separates the territory from Spain. Shanghai's endeavors to become one of the world's largest cities were aided by the Nanpu Bridge. The bridge eliminates the need for long and tiresome boat voyages by connecting the more modern Pudong region with the older Shanghai. The multi-lane intersection on the bridge resembles a spaghetti junction and a vertiginous roller coaster. Before even getting to the exits for city streets and highways, it swirls between the bridge and the earth, forcing cars to do two loops. This automobile spiral staircase's futuristic appearance doesn't seem out of place in this metropolis. By Shanghai standards, the bridge is considered to be rather ancient, as it was constructed in the 1990s. Although the historic Bund district is over a century old, practically all of the contemporary skyscrapers and significant buildings that have made Shanghai famous are only a few decades old. The magnetic hill in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir's Ladakh area appears to defy gravity. The hill may be seen by everyone traveling through this area of India because it is situated on the primary route in the area. Contrary to its name, it lacks any unique magnetic qualities. Instead, the nearby hills provide a sort of optical illusion that gives the impression that automobiles are moving uphill while they are actually moving downhill. The hill is now a popular destination for tourists. Even a sign announcing its beginning and instructing motorists on how to experience the illusion is present. At the starting line, if they put the car in neutral, they will slowly roll ahead at a few miles per hour, ostensibly uphill. There are hundreds of these magnetic or gravity hills in different parts of the world, but Ladakh is one of the most well-known. In western Norway, there is a small mountain road called Trollstigen, or Troll's Path. It winds its way up the slope and has several hairpin corners. The road looks like silly string, is haphazardly painted on the valley sides when viewed from higher heights. The road was, in fact, meticulously built and supported by stone. Trollstigen is only typically accessible between May and October and is closed throughout the winter. This route is well traveled because of its exhilarating turns, mountain range views, and waterfall views. Trollstigen is used by about 150,000 cars annually, an increase of about 5,000 since the road's construction in the 1930s. Will the Troll's Path truly lead you to trolls? There are incredibly intricate wooden troll figures displayed outside of local businesses and structures, and a highway sign alerts drivers to the presence of trolls. Japanese cities Osaka, Kyoto, and Kobe are encircled by the Hanshin motorway. The largest of these cities, Osaka, has a substantial population. In fact, it's so congested that at one point, a motorway exit crosses directly through a structure. The escape ramp occupies 3 levels of the 16-story Gate Tower building. The building entirely encircles the exit ramp, giving the impression that the two structures are joined, even though the highway and the building are separated by a barrier that lessens noise and vibrations. A deal between landowners and a highway firm produced the exit ramp. The government gave a private highway company permission to construct the road, but the longtime landowners refused to relinquish control. Years passed before they eventually came to an agreement. The building would be cut through by the motorway. Typically, rumble strips are installed on the shoulder to alert drivers who may have fallen asleep or to indicate an approaching crossroads. Honda employed rumble strips in Lancaster, California, with varying depths and spacing to produce a melodic melody. The pitches that motorists will hear collectively will sound a little like the coda of Rossini's William Tell Overture. The popular small model from Honda inspired the renaming of the Lancaster Musical Road as the Civic Musical Road. Honda originally constructed the quarter-mile length on a separate street, but after neighbors complained about the noise and the increased traffic, Honda moved it to its current site, far from any residences. Germany has a racecourse called the Nürburgring. It has a Grand Prix track that is utilized for important auto races, such as a Formula One competition. The motorsports complex has been operational for more than 90 years, during which time several courses have been constructed. One of these, the Nordschleife, is still used by automakers to test new cars and market them. The track additionally has open days in addition to these occasions. Anyone with a vehicle or motorbike is welcome to visit and use the track on open days. The Nordschleife basically functions as a toll road, with drivers who cause accidents being held accountable in the same ways they would be on a public road. Since the track's opening in the 1920s, such public access has been available, but it has grown significantly more well-liked. The Nürburgring also provides track days for more competitive drivers who prefer more race-like circumstances as opposed to a public free-for-all. The video has come to a close. Don't forget to leave your comments with your thoughts on this. Don't forget to help us by like videos and joining the channel. Goodbye.